Hey everybody, this is Jacob with Mortgage Coach Software Support. This video is an instructional video on how to export a Fannie Mae file from Edge. Now the reason you'd want to do this is you can actually import it back into Analyze if you wanted to run your marketing mailers against it, or probably the one you'll use more, when you want to export this as a Fannie Mae file, it's because you want to move it over to your loan origination software so you can actually run credit and pull a GFE and so forth. So in order to do that, you want to make sure and have all the contact information already entered in here. Obviously you've already done the report for your client, they've agreed on it, you're ready to go forward. But make sure you have all your loan parameters filled out, and then go to your presentation screen. And in the bottom there, choose Fannie Mae Export. Then hit Next. It's going to ask you which one you want to do, and obviously I don't want to do the current loan, I want to do the new loan I just closed, so I'm doing this new 30-year fixed. Hit Next. Now it's going to ask you to export it, so when you hit Export Fannie Mae File, it's going to ask you where you want to save it. I'm going to put it on my desktop, but remember, like other things in Edge, when you export something, if it doesn't show that, that file extension on the end of it, like in this case, this is going to be an FNM file. So you want to make sure and add the .fnm on the end of it. Now it should appear for you automatically. My computer and many others out there are set so they hide known file extensions. So if that's the case, you've probably noticed it when you've exported a CSV or a PDF. It may not have the file extension on it, so you want to make sure and type those in after the file name. But then go ahead and hit save. It's going to save it where you told it to, and I've saved it to my desktop. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's my resub client, Fannie Mae, and obviously that's not the real name of the client. However, I've got my Fannie Mae file, and now I have something I can do with it. So if I want to bring it into Analyze so that I can run my marketing mailers on it, open up Analyze here. All I'm going to do here is go to the File menu, go to Import Data. I'm going to choose Fannie as my contact source. Hit Next. Now I'll need to browse for my file. So you hit Browse button, it's asking you where you saved it. I'm going to go find this guy. There it is, Resub Client Fannie Mae. Click on it and hit Open. Now notice nothing appears down in the bottom part yet. It'll appear once you hit the Import key. Hit Import and then you'll see your client's name here, their home phone number. If you put in a home address and so forth, it'll be here. I didn't put one in this case. But check the box next to their name. Hit Next and Finish. Now this client is now in Analyze, so if we go to our client screen, and let me see if I can give you the drop down here so you can see it. My DPI settings are just a little bit off. I'm just going to start typing in the name. That was client. There it is, Resub Client. So when I select that, you can see it's brought in the basic details for me. It's told me it's been imported from Fannie Mae. It's brought in a property, but remember I didn't put a property address back in Edge, so it didn't pull anything over, but it did bring over the correct value for my property. Now it brought over the mortgage as well. So this is the one that we just refinanced into. This is the new mortgage. So what we want to do is we want to make sure all the details are in here. Double click on the mortgage. That's going to open up a new window here. And you'll want to tell it, one, what property it's tied to. And that's going to be, of course, this property here. It should automatically pull that in for you if you've got a property address in there in Edge. But make sure and give it a lien position. It should pull in all the other information for you. If this is a new loan here, I'm going to make sure and make this new loan amount the correct one. So I'm going to copy that and paste it over here. And make sure and put a start date in here. So for instance, if you know their first payment date is going to be in a month and a half, push this out a little bit so you know that it's going forward. And if you're in Vista or 7, you'll notice that you can't use the arrows here. You got to actually click on the numbers to get there. But let's say this is going to be January of 2011. Let me go back one step. So 2011, January, and we'll say January 1 is going to be their first payment date. Now you can hit calculate here if you want, and it's probably a good idea because it's automatically going to calculate your monthly payment. It'll tell you your current estimated balance. Of course, we haven't paid anything yet on it, so this is current. But once you hit save and close, this mortgage is in here, and it's in here for good. So next time you run your marketing mailers through the marketing tab up here, this will be one of the selectable options for your mailers. But same process for importing into Point. Point has an import function under their file menu that will allow you to import a Fannie Mae file. And you just run through the prompts and import it into Point, and now you've got a new Point file that you made out of it. Again, same thing works for Encompass as long as your administrator has not disabled imports. But if you have any questions on it, feel free to email me over at support@mortgagecoach.com. I'd be happy to help. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.